Welcome to Erica, English channel, and thank you for pressing play today because your voice deserves to be heard clearly and confidently, right here, right now. My name is Erica, and I'm here to help you train your mouth and mind for real English fluency, the kind that feels natural in your body and brave in your heart. First, let me tell you a secret that changed thousands of learners' lives. Fluency is a muscle memory game as much as a vocabulary game, and you win it by training your mouth and your mind together like a friendly team. Your mouth needs clear instructions, your mind needs calm confidence, and your heart needs a reason to keep going when it feels hard. And today, you will build all three. Imagine English like music you carry inside you, where your lips are the instrument, your tongue is the rhythm section, your breath is the drumbeat, and your thoughts are the melody. And when they play together, you sound effortlessly fluent. If one piece is missing, you feel clumsy, but when they align, you feel powerful. And that power is what we're going to practice step by step with joy. Let's start with the mouth, because sound is the bridge between your brain and the world, and every bridge needs strong pillars. Your lips, teeth, tongue, jaw, and breath are your 5 pillars, and when you learn to move them on purpose, your words stop fighting you and start flowing for you. Place 2 fingers lightly on your lips and whisper p, b, p, to feel the little pop of air, because English loves that pop and your lips are the gatekeepers. Now smile gently and slide into f, v with your top teeth on your bottom lip, like a soft breeze over a leaf, because control is calm and calm is confidence. Touch the back of your top teeth with the tip of your tongue and breathe the th like think, thought, thankful, letting the air pass softly so the sound doesn't bite. And this gentle stream is the difference between tin and thin. Then press your tongue a little harder for the voiced th, like this, that, these, letting your throat hum because a small vibration turns a whisper into a statement. Open your mouth for vowels like you're letting sunlight in, because English vowels are the color in your voice, and color is what makes people feel you as much as hear you. Say beat, bit, seat, sit, feel, fill, and notice how a small mouth movement changes meaning like a tiny hinge moving a big door. Bounce with rhythm using short, long patterns, because English dances with stressed and unstressed beats, and your mouth must keep the tempo while your mind stays relaxed. Clap on the stressed syllable of table, doctor, relax, invite, and let your body memorize the emphasis like a favorite song you could sing in the dark. Now let's talk mind, because confidence is a skill, not a personality trait, and you can train it like you train your legs to ride a bike. Your brain loves 2 things, tiny wins and clear signals, so we will feed it both until courage becomes your daily accent. Set a micro goal called 3 by 30, which means 3 minutes of mouth drills, 3 minutes of shadowing, and 3 minutes of speaking to self every morning for 30 days, because small habits beat big promises. When you wake up, sit tall, breathe in through your nose for 4 counts, out through your mouth for 6, and tell your mind, I'm safe to practice, because calm breath unlocks clear sound. For shadowing, choose a short native clip with a warm tone, press play, and speak 1 second behind the voice, copying not only words but rhythm, pitch, and smile, because imitation is the highway to intuition. If you stumble, keep going without apology, because perfection is a brake and progress is a pedal you can press gently every day. For speaking to self, narrate your morning like a friendly sportscaster. I'm pouring tea. I'm opening the window. I'm checking my plan, because your brain trusts what it repeats in low-pressure moments. Then add feeling words like I'm grateful, I'm curious, I'm ready, because emotion glues memory, and the words you feel are the words you keep. Let's return to sound with a mouth gym circuit you can do anywhere without equipment, because your voice is the only instrument you always carry. Do 10 slow lip pops, p, 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 10 gentle v slides, 10 crisp d taps at the ridge behind your teeth, and 10 g lifts from the back of your tongue, breathing easy between sets. Add a jaw stretch by yawning silently and humming so your face relaxes, because tension is the enemy of clarity and ease is the best pronunciation teacher. Finish with vowel ladders like e, a, oo, o, ah, moving smoothly up and down twice, and smile with your eyes so your sound feels bright, not forced. Now we'll build fluency loops, short patterns you can reuse in 100 situations, because fluency is reuse, not reinvention. Try the agree loop. Absolutely, for sure, that makes sense. And the soften loop. I'm wondering, could we, would it be okay, to keep conversations friendly even when you're asking for change? Create a time loop with I'm free after, does this work, let's lock it in, and a repair loop with sorry, let me try again. What I meant was, thanks for your patience, because strong speakers repair smoothly rather than freeze. Record these loops on your phone and play them while walking, because movement anchors memory, and your steps can carry language deeper than your chair ever will. Your mind also needs pictures, so build a word palace where each room holds a theme like food, travel, work, and feelings, with 3 favorite phrases pinned on the walls in your imagination. When you enter the travel room, you touch, could I get, I'd like to, is there a, and you practice them as if you were greeting helpful friends who never forget your name. Let's tackle the fear of mistakes, because fear tightens the mouth and fogs the mind, and you deserve clarity, not fog. Rename every mistake a data point and say, thank you, data, because feedback is fuel, and fuel is how we fly farther. When someone corrects you, breathe once, smile with your cheeks, and repeat the new version out loud twice, because repetition seals the update and keeps your confidence upright. Write tiny victories in a wins journal, like I ordered coffee smoothly, or I corrected myself kindly, because confidence compounds when you celebrate evidence. Now let's build speed without losing clarity, using stretch, then sprint, because athletes don't sprint cold, and neither should your mouth. Read a simple paragraph slowly, emphasizing stress and pauses, then read it at natural speed, then whisper it fast with clear shapes, and finally speak it again at comfortable speed to enjoy the control you earned. For prosody, practice lift and fall with friendly sentences like, it's a sunny day, isn't it? Lifting gently on day and falling on isn't it, because English meaning lives in melody as much as in words. Mark arrows above your script, up for rise and down for fall, so your eyes teach your voice, and soon your voice will teach your confidence. If you struggle with specific sounds, try minimal pair sprints like ship, sheep, live, leave, full, fool, and test yourself by pointing quickly at the word you hear from your recording, because training your ear sharpens your mouth. Carry a sounds card in your pocket with 3 pairs you are mastering and flash trained for 30 seconds while waiting in line, so your free time becomes fluent time. Next, we create conversation scenes, mini theaters where your brain rehearses before reality, because the mind loves previewing success. Scene 1 is the cafe. Hi, could I get a medium latte to go, please? Then upgrades like, actually, make it oat milk, and repairs like, sorry, I meant a small, so your flow learns to bend, not break. Scene 2 is the office. Would tomorrow morning work for a quick check-in? Followed by, great, let's lock in 10 o'clock. And the confirmation. Perfect, I'll send a quick note, because logistics language is adult life superpower. Scene 3 is friendships. Let's catch up this weekend. Does Saturday afternoon work? And love it. See you at the park. Because fluent life is not only deadlines, but also shared laughter. To train thinking directly in English, use English bubbles, time windows where you only think in English about simple activities, because thought-language alignment creates natural speech. Start with 2-minute bubbles as you wash dishes, then grow to 5 minutes on a walk, whispering your thoughts or mouthing them silently to keep mouth and mind synced. Pair bubbles with label the world, naming objects and actions around you like door, handle, twist, push, because naming turns the world into a dictionary that moves with you. Then upgrade to describe plus feel, such as the sky is pale blue and I feel calm, because adding feeling keeps motivation alive and fluency warm. Now let's address accent with love and realism, because your accent is your history and your pride, and clarity, not imitation, is our target. Choose 3 features to refine, maybe the short I, and sentence stress, and track them for 30 days, because focused improvement beats scattered effort. Record a weekly before-after reading of the same paragraph so you can hear your growth with your own ears, because hearing yourself improve is the most persuasive coach in the world. Share the progress with a trusted friend who cheers effort, not perfection, because encouragement multiplies energy and energy sustains practice. When motivation dips, use why stacking, repeating "Why do I want fluency?" 5 times until you reach a reason that makes your chest warm, like "I want to tell my story without fear," and let that reason fuel you on tired days. Place your reason on a sticky note near your mirror and read it aloud with steady breath, because vision spoken daily becomes habit lived daily. Let's build a 7-day training map you can loop every week, because plans turn hope into action. Day 1 focuses on consonants with the mouth gym and minimal pairs. Day 2 on vowels and melody. Day 3 on shadowing short clips. Day 4 on conversation scenes. Day 5 on speed control, stretch, then sprint. Day 6 on review recordings. And Day 7 on joyful free talk about your week with no pressure. Each day, finish with a 30-second gratitude line, like "Thank you voice, thank you breath, thank you brain," because kindness toward yourself keeps the practice sustainable. And if you miss a day, you are not behind. You are simply continuing today, because the only failure is quitting, and you are still here. Now, I'll guide you through a live mini session you can repeat anytime, because repetition is the mother of fluency and the sister of calm. Sit upright, relax your shoulders, and place one hand on your belly to feel breath move, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 6, whispering "I'm safe to practice" as your heart settles. Do 10 pa pops, 10 fa va slides, and 10 tha da flows. Then hum while gently massaging your cheeks, because warm muscles shape warmer sound. Read this rhythm line: "I'll meet you at 10 on Tuesday," clapping the capitals. Then read naturally with a smile and feel the sentence stand tall like a well-built bridge. Shadow this confident line: "I've got this, and my voice matters," staying 1 second behind me in your imagination, because courage multiplies when spoken aloud. Do a quick conversation scene. "Hi, could I book a table at 7? Great, name's Alex. Perfect, see you then." And notice how your body relaxes when patterns feel familiar. Finish with a 2-sentence story about your day. "Today, I learned a new phrase and used it with a smile." And "I'm proud of my practice," because self-praise plants roots that storms can't tear out. Let's talk troubleshooting, because every learner hits bumps and you deserve a map around them. If you freeze in conversation, use the reset trio: "Good question, let me think, okay, here's my idea," to buy time and keep momentum. If you forget a word, use a description like "the thing you used to" or "the place where we," because communication is solving, not reciting. If someone speaks too fast, smile and say, "Could you say that a bit slower, please?" because boundaries are polite when spoken kindly. If your inner critic shouts, answer with "Thanks, but I'm practicing," and return to your loop, because discipline is listening to your goal louder than your doubt. If you feel alone, join a speaking buddy system where you exchange 5-minute voice notes daily, because community is rocket fuel for consistent hearts. Now, I want you to visualize your fluent self walking into a room where people speak quickly, and you breathe, smile, listen for key words, and speak in clear sentences that feel like stepping stones over a river you used to fear. You aren't translating, you're participating, and your mouth and mind are dancing without stepping on each other's feet. You order what you want, ask the question you care about, and tell a short story about your day. And when the conversation ends, you feel light, not exhausted, because fluency is freedom, and freedom is your birthright. Hold that picture, because your brain builds what you rehearse, and rehearsal in color beats rehearsal in gray. Let's add advanced polish with chunk and color, where you organize speech into meaningful groups and give each group a mood to keep listeners engaged. For example, say, "I'd love to meet on Friday if that works for you," with warmth on the first chunk, clarity on the second, and kindness on the third, because audiences follow feelings as much as facts. Use contrast crafting to highlight ideas. Pair short, then long, soft, then strong, and pause, then punch, because contrast is the highlighter pen of spoken English. Practice a thought like, "Small habits create big changes," pausing between chunks and landing the last word like you mean it, because conviction is contagious. When you present, anchor each point with a gesture held for one heartbeat, because stillness frames meaning and your calm body tells the room to trust you. When you tell a story, build 3 beats: setup, challenge, change, and end with the feeling you want your listener to carry out the door like a warm cup in winter. All right, let's craft your personal daily script you can speak every morning for 2 minutes to wire fluency into your identity, because identity drives behavior. Say, "I'm a clear English speaker. I practice lightly and daily. I repair smoothly and keep going. My voice carries kindness, and I am proud of every step," because words you repeat become paths you walk. Now, a quick mythbuster. You don't need 10,000 new words to sound fluent. You need a few hundred high-utility words and a fearless mouth that connects them with rhythm and kindness. Also, you don't need to erase your accent to be respected. You need to be understandable, confident, and considerate, and those are skills you can practice without betraying yourself. Another truth, listening expands speaking, so spend 5 minutes a day on active listening. Pause, mimic, rewind, mimic, because your ear is the coach your mouth has been waiting for. And remember that reading aloud is secret training, because your eyes feed your mouth and your mouth feeds your memory. So read 1 paragraph out loud every night like a lullaby to your future fluency. When setbacks happen, and they will, remind yourself that fluency is not a straight road, but a spiral staircase, and every turn brings a new view, even if you feel you are in the same place. Look down the stairwell at where you started and smile, because self-recognition is motivation's best friend. Before we close, I want you to promise yourself something simple and strong. I will speak today, even if it's messy, because silence never improves and practice always does. Say it again. I will speak, I will repair, and I will continue. And feel the courage settle in your chest like a steady drum. Here is your gentle homework for the next 3 days, because homework is a gift you give your future self. Day A, do the mouth gym, shadow a 30-second clip, and send a voice note to yourself summarizing your morning. Day B, run the conversation scenes for cafe and scheduling, record stretch then sprint with a short text, and celebrate 1 micro win in your journal. Day C, create an English bubble during a walk, label the world you see, and end with your personal 2-minute identity script. If you follow this tiny cycle, your mouth will feel stronger, your ear sharper, and your mind quieter, and the silence inside is where fluent sound begins. If you slip, restart with 1 breath and 1 sentence, because consistency is simply the art of starting again kindly. I want you to know that I believe in your voice, not because I've heard it yet, but because I know what practice does to a kind and determined heart, and yours is both. The world needs your stories, your questions, your laughter, and your ideas, and English is just the bridge to share them wider. So here's our last minute together, and I want you to speak with me, even if you're whispering on a bus, because courage can be quiet and still be real. Repeat after me. My breath is steady, my mouth is ready, my mind is friendly, and my English is growing. And feel the rhythm settle into your bones like a promise you intend to keep. Repeat. I choose small steps every day, I repair with kindness, and I enjoy the ride, because joy turns effort into a lifestyle. Repeat. I am training my mouth, I am training my mind, and I am training my courage, because the triangle of skills holds your fluency steady in windy weather. As we gently land this session, picture yourself 1 month from now, ordering, scheduling, sharing, and laughing with more ease, and smile because that future is already walking toward you. Meet it halfway with practice, greet it with patience, and welcome it with gratitude, because grateful learners become graceful speakers. Thank you for spending this time with me on Erica English Channel, and thank you for trusting your voice enough to train it with care today. My name is Erica, and I'm proud of the work you just did, and I can't wait for the conversations you will start because you chose to show up for yourself. Keep breathing, keep smiling, and keep speaking, even softly, because every gentle sentence you say today becomes tomorrow's natural fluency.